What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Toshi today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 28th day of August today, and here we are sitting at about 30644. Not having the reaction we wanted to off of this low, but I think that's okay. I think Bitcoin also, Bitcoin, Ethereum, they didn't have the reactions we were looking for either. So higher low nonetheless, shaking up the markets a little bit before the big rally. I'm very much expecting that Toshi continues to grow here. I don't think that we're in jeopardy at all. So hopefully nobody's too worried about this. I haven't talked about it in a few days, but again, the expectation overall is that we're about to pump. We're literally on the precipice of seeing this thing do a massive rally up to new all-time highs and everything. I mean, here we are, not even worth a tenth of a cent, and I believe that we have the serious potential to go all the way up to a penny, all the way up to a cent. So we've got a lot of percentage growth to come. I want to talk about the short-term stuff, and then we'll zoom back out to the long-term stuff and go over what I was just talking about there. Okay, so 1 hour time frame here. Again, hit that like button if you haven't. I don't know if I actually said that or not, but here we are looking at the 1 hour time frame. The RSI is pretty bearish. Pretty bearish, yeah. Not getting overbought, getting oversold, living below the 50, lower lows, lower highs, that whole thing. But things might be turning around here soon enough, right? We could go a little bit lower, and that's fine, right? Imagine that you go a little bit lower. What's that going to do? Well, you're going to get a double bottom based in this low over here. So I really wouldn't be worried about that at all. You don't have to go lower. You're also at this point where you found support here before. Maybe you find support here right now. Let's look at this on a relative fib basis. What are you doing from a low to a high? Low to high here. Pretty close to the golden ratio, but you're not quite there yet. Just a little bit lower. And then again, if you go to that golden ratio, you're basically right there tied up with that. So that's a solid area to find support. 3064 to 30639, something in that area. You're at 30642 right now. So nothing crazy. Nothing too crazy at all. Stochastics are rejecting the overbought zone, which that's not ideal. That does make me think that we go a little bit lower as well, right? So a little bit lower to go. And then rejecting the 50 on the RSI. Looking at the MACD, it's so neutral that I don't think this will have too much effect, but it looks like you want to cross down. So yeah, bearish on all accounts on the 1 hour time frame. 2 days goes by, the 1 hour could be absurdly bullish. You know what I mean? It's a here and there kind of time frame. So don't worry about it. But for the coming hours after this video, I would expect that we're moving down a little bit. Looking at the 4 hour time frame, the RSI does look bearish as well. We've definitely taken, this downtrend here, broke out. We formed another downtrend. With this, I mean, honestly, with the 4 hour, I really wouldn't be surprised if we did take out this low and we came down here. And not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If we go below this low, it's still fine. Okay, we can go below that low and totally be fine. Watch us go right below that area, right below 3062, and then we find support and then we rally. From a low to a high here, that's right above the golden ratio. I'm starting to believe actually we might go a little bit lower down to the golden ratio. It's like you had a date with destiny, you avoided it for a second, but now you're coming back down. I really wouldn't be surprised in the least if we went down to 306 to 3058. We're moving these targets down as it progresses. It makes sense though, does it not? Does it not make sense? I feel like it makes the utmost sense that we'd go down there. Low to high. Golden ratio, 1272 is right there. Probably just below 306. I know. I'm ready for this thing to move up too. And it's always a tease whenever it gets above 307 and then it comes back down. But just be patient. You've been patient so far. You can be patient a little bit longer. This shouldn't, we're on the 4 hour time frame. This shouldn't last more than like a week to the downside. And then we should be recovering here. But the 4 hour RSI does make me think we have lower to go. Absolutely it does. Stochastics look bearish too. That doesn't help. And the MACD is bearish as well. So yeah, and I mean this right here, this reaction where you come up, you basically kiss and then you move away again. That's a very bearish reaction there. You had bullish divergence, but it looks like you're going to get rid of that with this bearish momentum you're building. So come down a little bit. And the more I say bearish, I hope it's not scaring people. We're going to go down like this, and then we're going to go up like this. The downside is not what we should be worried about missing. It's the upside, okay? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I think Toshi's going to do fine. It's Brian Armstrong's cat. Brian Armstrong, you guys, he's been a hot topic in the crypto space lately. That's only going to be good for things like Toshi, man. I really do think it's only going to be good for things like Toshi and for base and anything like that that's on base. Is Toshi on base? I'm actually kind of curious because I've only interacted with it on Coinbase, not on like the base layer. Let's see. I'm sure it's on more than just base, but let's just see Toshi. By the way, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you see how it says Maxi Doge. Any of these ads on Deck Screener 99.9% of the time they're scams. So don't think you're finding something good. Yeah, it's on base. It is a base token. I thought it was. Anyways, same thing with like if we're clicking look here, go to these ones, Moon It. These ones typically they are all scams. Typically, not always, but typically. You know, these are the ones that are like honeypots. Okay. Anyways, people pay to have them on there, and then it's worth it because then people come and buy them, and it pays for their payment to get it on here, and then they dump on you, or they lock you out of the liquidity. Anyways, Toshi, with the prospects of going lower, probably right down to 306 or 3057. Okay, somewhere in that zone. And then from there, we should be moving higher. Okay, as we start to zoom out, things will start to look a little bit more bullish. The daily RSI, absolutely bullish. Getting overbought twice in a row, not getting oversold at all, higher lows overall, higher highs. We can come down, bounce off the 40. Hell, we could even get a lower low in the RSI, and that's fine as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a lower low, but it wicked up. We closed above this daily low. If we close below it, that's fine too, but some kind of wick down to that 306 area or right below it, right? We probably wick down and come back up rather immediately, as we have here, as we have here. I guess we didn't wick on that one, but wick here and then came back up. We come up rather immediately after we find our lows. So I wouldn't be surprised in the least if we saw some spectacular growth in a very short amount of time here. The RSI overall in the daily time frame is very bullish. You look at the stochastics, and we are oversold right now, which is not ideal, but that's okay. We had a moment where we crossed out, and that was looking really good back here, but we've come back down, so a little bit of turbulence. That's not a problem. The MACD is also in good shape, but we're building bearish momentum, so come down a little bit, scoop that zero, bounce off the zero line there, and then we will continue to rally. So sometime probably going into the beginning of September, we should start to see this thing come alive again, is what I'm thinking. Here I was thinking that we dump in the beginning of September, but it's looking like we're going to pump into the beginning of September, if I'm reading these indicators right. Or if I'm wrong and we actually just cross through, that actually might make sense too, that we do dump into September. I'm expecting that we bounce here, but if we don't bounce, that would be a dump in the beginning, which in all honesty, I'd rather see a dump in the beginning of a month rather than the end of a month. But anyways, I think that we're going to move up higher. It's just a matter of time. The amount of downside that's to come looks something like this, right? Like at the worst, it's something in this area here. The amount of upside that's to come is off the charts. It's not even close to a comparison, right? Not even close at all. The area that I think we're going to go to at a minimum would be something right here. And at a maximum would be something that's about here. Okay. And this should happen between now and I think by the end of October, right? Just like this. It'll be just like this. It'll be the biggest move that you've seen since you've been listed on Coinbase, okay? I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I know I'm talking to the right crowd whenever I say have patience, because this thing has been a tease all the way up, all the way through. Even whenever it's exciting, it gives you a taste of excitement, and then it teases, right? It's just hanging out in this area. But soon enough, we will be rallying. And again, I expect this next move will be bigger than anything we've seen really all year of 2025. Anyways, take care. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.